Okay, now let's discuss the safety precautions. Do not poke anything into the power points. Do not touch electrical appliances or power points when your hands are wet, because remember, water is a very good conductor of electricity. Do not use appliances which are damaged or have exposed wires, because then current can easily get to you. And then do not leave the light switch on when changing a bulb. Switch it off first. Do not overload an electrical socket that we usually do, or a power point, by plugging too many appliances into it. Do not repair electrical appliances yourself. Get a qualified electrician to do that. Now let's discuss the review questions. Draw a circuit diagram using symbols to show how an ammeter can be connected in a circuit to measure the current flowing through a light bulb. So in the circuit, you need to have a symbol for a light bulb. You of course need to have the wires. You need to have a battery, and then you're going to have an ammeter as well. Please look at the table and look for the symbol for ammeter. And remember, ammeter has to be placed in series with the bulb. Which of the following circuit is correct? So remember, in a series, so all of them are the series circuit. So remember, in a series circuit, the current is always going to be same. Now, is it correct to say that an electric current is used up as it passes through an electrical component? Explain your answer. I already told you that electric current is basically the rate of flow of electrical charges, and electrical charges are basically the charged particles in atoms in the form of protons and electrons. And remember, they're already present in the atoms of a wire, since wire is made up of some element, right? So only the energy of a battery runs out, not the electrical current is never used up. Which electrical component basically provides energy to drive electric charges around the circuit? So we have already discussed it. That is the battery. How does this component obtain the energy? I've discussed that in the slide in which I've discussed about the battery and a cell. Which electrical component can be used to open or close a circuit? This was done in the second or the third slide. So switch can help in creating an open or a closed circuit. Differentiate between a series circuit and a parallel circuit. So one of the point is that series has a single path, whereas parallel has two or more paths. So there are other points as well. Please go to that slide. I've discussed them. Please write down all the points. Suggest an advantage of connecting the lightings in a room in parallel instead of series. So class, I'm going to demonstrate it right over here. So remember when, look over here. So when you have circuit, so this is the parallel circuit, right? This is a circuit in which bulbs are connected in parallel. Now, even if this path is damaged, this path is still working, right? So the current will still flow. So for example, if I damage this path by deleting the wire, then you see this will of course not work, because then there's a gap. But you see that there is one closed path which connects the positive terminal of a battery to negative. So this bulb is still going to light up. But if we talk about a series circuit, right now, this is a series circuit. In a series circuit, if I destroy this part, then you see the bulb is not going to glow, right? So this shows that in a series circuit, even one gap will not let all the bulbs to glow, because then of course since there's just one path, and that path is not going to be complete. Okay, now in each of the following diagrams, state whether the resistors are connected in series or in parallel. Which arrangement of resistors will give rise to larger resistance? So resistors are arranged in series, resistors are arranged in parallel. Remember, when resistors are arranged in parallel, then there is less resistance, and when resistors are arranged in series, there is more resistance. A larger current in the main circuit. So when you have less resistance, that is, you have less obstacles against the current. That means the current value is going to be much larger. So this is going to happen in this case. What are some hazards of electricity from the power mains? Suggest 5 safety precautions to take when using electricity from the power mains. I've just discussed that in the last slide. What is the function of a fuse in a circuit? Briefly describe how it works. So we have discussed that, fuse is made up of a thin wire which easily melts when a larger current passes through it. So this basically helps to break the circuit. Now you're going to use the simulation yourself to solve this think tank question. In the circuit shown below, will the bulb light up if switch A is open and switch B is closed? So use that, you know how to get the wires, you know how to get the battery and the switch and the bulb. So you can set up the circuit, and then you can open switch A and close switch B, and then you can see the result. And you can also see the result when both the switches are closed. So first, try to infer what is going to happen just by looking at this diagram as well.